Topic time, where we talk about what you think about. Topic time.
Yep, welcome to Topic Time on the Orange Lounge. I am HKO Live. I'm going to be doing this with Miss Philo and Nana Bans. Hopefully Nana Hunterhun will join us on it. A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry, but money answers everything. Ecclesiastes 10 verse 19. The Bible does not condemn money itself, but warns against the love of money, placing hope in wealth instead of God, and being greedy or dishonest with it. Instead, it encourages Christians to be good stewards of their finances, to be content with what they have, to be generous, and to use wealth to do good deeds and support God's work, ultimately trusting God rather than possessions. An emergency fund is a dedicated cash reserve, ideally kept in an accessible savings account for covering unexpected expenses like medical bills, job loss, or home and car repairs. It acts as a financial safety net, providing a cushion to handle urgent situations such as dipping into long-term savings, taking a debt, or disrupting your budget. Building an emergency fund is a fundamental aspect of financial health, offering peace of mind and the flexibility to manage life's unavoidable surprises. So tonight on Topic Time, we are discussing how to create an emergency fund for your family as a couple. Let's discuss. Hello, Nana Bans. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, good. Initially, I wasn't hearing you. Good to have you.
I'm sure it was the network. Yes, so we'll be back on air again.
You the best network, man.
You are. Hope your day also went well.
Yes, better than yesterday, I think. Yes, far better than yesterday. Anyway, Miss Philo, how are you feeling too? Well, Miss Philo is relaxed.
Hello, Miss Philo. Philomena. How are you?
Are you here?
Hello, I'm with you. Hello.
I just like the voice.
There are people. Anyway, so let's zoom in here. Nana, today you are going to do most of the talking for us, right? This is typically your territory, so that's how it's going to be. So number one, why is the creation of an emergency fund so difficult to achieve, especially in our part of the world?
Thank you. It's difficult to achieve because of our income levels. Most of us are still, it's more of from hand to mouth, as you put it that way. Our incomes are not enough to sustain for the whole month, much more even to save. So we are unable to actually, create this fund because we are not earning much from whatever that we do. That's very important that we try to create other income streams to be able to support us. Because we're unable to do that, the few ones that we have or the one that we depend on, it's quite insufficient to cater for our needs, much more even to save some. However, when one is earning much, it's very easy for them to to create this fund or even to save. When you come to the financial sector, realize that those who are saving are those who are doing well financially. The rest of them, before the month even ends, they're already in debt. They're owing. Some have taken loans, and after the deduction, there's nothing for them even to take home. So realize those are the upper level of the income stream. They are the ones who create this fund, who have savings account to cater for unforeseen or unplanned, unexpected expenses. The rest is from hand to mouth.
So majority are in that space of hand to mouth.
Yes, majority are in that space. Majority are in that space.
Okay. I know that it's a challenge to save the very little, save a bit of the little that you get, right? But
yes,
but I also think that if, say, you made it a practice and stayed disciplined towards it, it can become a habit where when good times come, you can't do that to sustain yourself for any downhill that comes again.
Yes, I'm happy as you mentioned that it should become a habit. That's how we call it. They said how do you call it, savings culture. When it becomes a habit, then one will be able to plan, budget well, be able to reduce or cut down on his expenses, try to grow or build his income stream. Then in that situation, you realize that as your income outgrows your expenses, you have excess or surplus, because the savings has to come from the surplus. Situation whereby you already have deficit. Your income far exceeds your income, so your expense far exceeds your income. Then what are you going to set aside for the savings? Before the month ends, you have bills waiting for you to pay. You have loans, so much waiting for you to pay. You have school fees waiting for you to pay. You have medical bills waiting for you to pay. And your income income stream is quite low as compared to the expenses. Then definitely there's no way you will be in that surplus, column. You definitely be in the deficit. That's difficult for you to say. I know people who go in for insurance, when they started that them 1 or 2, 3 months, they go to the insurance company. Look, I want you to stop with the deduction. I don't want it again.
Charlie.
They start so briefly at a point. Look, they can't continue because one, they don't plan. Two, they don't budget. They don't even know their expenses. I believe as a couple, we need to know our expenses. Sit down, look at your expenses. They are recurring ones. There are ones that come in one way or the other. It depends on the situations. But there are recurring ones that for them every month they keep recurring in your budget. So you need to budget for those ones. The unexpected one, that's why we create the emergency fund. For the unexpected one, like you rightly mentioned, medical bills, we fall sick along the way. We all, it's not something that we don't plan to get sick or fall sick. But along the way, we fall sick. There are certain times that you be going, somebody will just come and crash your car. Or maybe accidentally also go and crash someone's car, which happened to me on Monday. My wife was going to the mall and a motor runner from somewhere, nobody knew where the driver came from. He just came to hit the car. On the Yaboka, you have to go to Kompi, spend some money on repairs. So some of these things will come your way. You don't plan for them. But that is when this unexpected incident happen, that's when you go into the emergency fund to be able to cater for, to be able to resolve those issues. Otherwise, it will lead to debt. It will lead to depression. It will lead to losses. It will lead to all sorts of issues. So the emergency fund is actually important. And I'm good that you brought this topic up. It is very important that each home should at least have a fund against unforeseen or unexpected unplanned occurrences. They do happen. Even in the family, produce of Maui, the version of Cabos, as long as I we done for the year now, I'm planning over to Waba. So what do you do? There must be a fund for it.
Okay.
Or you block it up.
You have ignored Mr. Sex because of the example you gave. He's certainly awake. He's happy. He now wants to talk.
It's not about that. I just love his submissions today in connection with the topic.
And we are in his territory.
And as he was saying, he just came out with let's take like average Ghanaian. Just recently, there was a research that comes out like average Ghanaian can never buy a house or any mortgage. For which, as he say, as he's saying, the money aspect of it or the funds is something that we all need to make sure that we get it, though. But I'm giving an example. Just recently, a colleague, let me say, a subordinate. One of them say, boss, let me say yes. Normally call me boss as not because I'm the superior, but what Abbas say? Telling me, I let my woman go. I say why? I say hey, the way I see people where they give birth, I they give them Prusimpa right now. The guy is in Nigeria. And then them tone of that one pidgin English, All that he's trying to say is that at the end of the day, if he goes to work and gets 15 CDs, 150 CDs, it takes them 2 days, maximum 2 days. So how do you expect such a person to keep some fun for emergencies? It's all about them. Anytime I'll be dead and this guy will come, my woman is not feeling well. He will take something. So I'm also with the view that, like, at least the standard of living in Ghana is, or in Takrady to be precise, which is very high. There should be a way of us getting some way of reducing food that kills out a lot. Someone will not understand, but it's like Edibando Queen in Takrady. The cost of food is very expensive. So if I'm able to get 150 CDs per day, for which most people are working in the government sectors are not being paid by that amount, 150 CDs a day, but can sustain themselves. But Obi Owo Street, how many of them are at that sector? Obi Owo Street, only 150 CDs a day, and think that 150 CDs a day cannot sustain.
All right, Nana.
I will add this. Do you know people borrow to marry?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
People borrow to marry. They call the Kawarim. And our lifestyle choices as couple will be a for certain lifestyle or not share a designer clothes or big place, drive big cars. Look at the cars we drive on our roads. Expensive cars are often today. Some can't even afford the cars that we're driving in Ghana, Africa. But see, maintenance of such cars sometimes, like that. The people in the Kokumpe, the copper party, be all right. On put the exhibition.
You will to very nice cabin and running board in United. Maintenance.
I think what Nana is saying, the best way out by your transport system, which is very bad. Our transport system is very bad, very, very bad. Like state-owned transport system, even if the state cannot even own it, like individual, that's car commercial car make them sprinters and that kind of thing that's you normally use for our short distances.
Sprinter or a cargo car. No one but
it's not the same kind of
No.
It's you're transporting because it's like if I'm moving from here to Aguna Kwanta and I know that I'm going to spend about an hour on the road. Now said that Morocco 1 hour modu. By now you don't know the time you are going to get a car. You don't know the time the car is even leaving. Now the number of stops are okay. Obejina. Elsewhere, whereby the same distance from here to Aguna Kwanta, there's one bus who stops at Euseju and then go to Aguna, and there's one who stops at Biao and goes to Aguna.
Okay, I get your point. But let's come closer to what we are looking at, our emergency fund. So now let's move the conversation ahead a bit. On the average, how much is needed of let's say a percentage of how a person's income should go into, how much of a percentage of a person's income should go into an emergency fund?
I think this depends on one's income. I know some people who have certain order at the bank that every month we should transfer certain amount into, such account like emergency fund. It's more of a savings account. So it's more of it depends on one's income. Okay. However, if we're able to budget and plan well, I believe at least 20% every month, if you can set this aside, for me, I think it's good. And with that, you need to be very, very disciplined. You need to cut down on your expenses. You need to plan very well to be able to do it. Otherwise, as I said, it will get a point. You say, look, stop the deduction. I said it. I don't want it again. Yeah. Realize that I've been getting a toll on you. I can't continue. So I have to stop along the way. Yeah. So with proper planning, I believe you'll be able to do it.
Okay. Somebody called me the other day that he had told the insurance people not to increase his premium, and he had just gotten a text message that a deduction has been done, and it was more than the amount he anticipated. So he was really upset and called me, giving it to me as if I was the insurance company that he called. But I could understand him. He has a budget he's working within, which is very constrained, and for you to add to it when he has not formally agreed to, he had told them that he will be back there to agree or disagree to what they were asking as an increase in premium, and they had just gone ahead because they also have seen business. So
yes,
I think we can all suggest baby steps of say 5%, right? Or if you are a Christian, then perhaps you should try and match what 10%. 10%. So anytime you receive the money, you realize that you are going to fall within 80% of it, because 10% is for God, and then the next 10% is also going into the emergency fund.
What about us educating ourselves?
Let me finish, because you see, I've experimented with that before, and I realized that you are still able to live within that 80% that is left. So it's as if when I was doing those things, I was stretching myself to fill every gap that I got. So if it was 1,000 cedis, I could live comfortably on 800 cedis. But if I decided that I was going to live on the 1,000 cedis too, I will use it, but at the same time on some like that. So
I just wanted to say, is it because you also don't understand about insurance policies?
I think so. The last time I was with my insurers, I told them that the new product they were advertising or introducing me to, I think it was something that they could have easily sent a text message to explain or give you. Occasionally they give you a call, and they are those kinds of things can be done. But it looks as if in our country, a lot of the time we assume that people know. No, you feel the Ghana for Abinama, but actually, it is when you sit in Trotro that you realize that.
No, because I've realized that our insurance policies in Ghana is very weak, because people are running away from insurance. They don't like to insure. Is it also part of the claims? Like, because if you want to go for a claim, especially I did some funeral policy with one of the insurance company, and when my old woman just passed away, that time I was doing the insurance. I can't tell them there's any panuwa, me find death certificate, the birth certificate.
Now, a policy area. So
No.
don't you know you have
No,
to
no, no.
present
See,
some
Let me-
not
let
to
me-
cut,
let me-
Nana, please, not to cut. And that was what I wanted to say. Some people don't do this based on personal experience. I, for one, have had such an experience before. So, like, since then, I decided not to, go into any insurance thing until recently. See, sometimes they will not tell you the truth. No, see.
You ask.
No. Who said you don't ask? You ask them everything. So do you think, say, if I'm able to do it continuously for this number of years, I'm going to get this benefit, blah, blah, blah. I said, yes. Fine. Even if you're not able to fulfill it, even up to this
so
time,
at
you can
what point-
make partial withdrawal. Then when you are in need and you want to make partial withdrawal, they tell you that, no, you're supposed to make complete this, blah, 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 before. And I was like, no, that wasn't what you told me.
That means you didn't read.
I didn't
the
read what.
documents.
This is a marketer who has come to convince me.
Okay, I think Nana wants to say something.
I think the reason they request for those documentations is to first and foremost authenticate that the actual incident happened.
And that's normal for any legitimate
yes.
claim.
It's not about
Yes.
that you are requesting.
But what is it about?
It's about when I was coming for the policy. When they will give you an agent, the agent has to educate you on the policy that you are coming. And the agent has to educate you on your claims, how to get your claims done. And the signing of your document. Do you know that when you request for the document to take it home and study it, they refuse?
Then you go to another
No,
insurance
they don't
company.
give it to you.
Because I have requested, I have insurance policy with
No, they don't give it to you.
three different insurance companies. They gave me the documents, and I presented the whole thing to them in their
That
office.
is- Because that's this.
Yeah, if ideally you are even
I
supposed to
think
go
I
read
had
through and
wait
sign, then you go and present it.
Because these days, even the banks are
2005.
even the banks are giving documents for you to
Yeah.
document.
Yeah, 2005.
Even the account to pay now, you have documents for to go and
when
further
I
bring
did
it.
that polish, 2005. I met a guy officer just came around. Oh, this, okay, fine. Give me the this thing to learn. So, and I'll bring it to you. Oh, read this part. Sign here. So I asked, I should sign here. So I just turned the back. Normally, you see that they'll be rating something small.
Yes.
Some your friend Nana microphone. They'll write something that's hardly for you to even to read. They'll pack all the contract into that. But nothing was at the back. So I realized, okay, fine, the policy is okay. I just and when the incident happened, I went there. They said they needed the birth certificate, death certificate. No, even they wanted barrier certificate,
Yes.
cause of death. Look at all these things that you look at all these things. All these things that they are required.
You see, they're not where your money
So
now.
whenever
See,
you request
they
that,
have to request for them.
They have to.
What if they
for you requesting for it, I don't have a problem.
What if
But the
they will not to
problem
say?
is that when I was coming into the policy, when you were introducing the policy to me, you should have just
No, wait.
informed
So
me that.
how do you want it to happen?
No, informed me that
No, you haven't been informed.
Uh-huh.
How do you want it to happen?
Happen in what way?
When you have claimed to
So,
make,
Mama,
how
you
do you
expect that
how do
when
you expect
the
to
mommy
pay?
dies, you just go to the office.
And then
Oh,
that's
no.
what
You go to
you
the
are
office,
saying,
Mama,
they just
Mama,
pay
then
you.
they give you
I
money.
wanted, like,
Oh.
fine, I'll go. You said, okay, come with death certificates. I'm able to provide you the death certificate and the cause of death that was given to me at the hospital. I don't have a problem. Now you are also requesting for, he said, any ID.
Yes.
Now, any ID now of the disease, that time, no. Where am I going to even find it?
No, that's why you have to be aware of what you are doing.
Aware like what?
That is what he's
Listen.
talking about. They never made him aware
Listen.
that in case of any emergency, these are the documents that you
look,
required of you.
Let me. I have done this insurance and made a claim before. The death one, right? So when my mom passed 10 years ago, I had put her on my life insurance bit barely 2 years before she passed. So I didn't know what the process were for claim. So when she passed, we did the burial and everything before I went to their office to ask what's the procedure for.
No,
making,
hold on. You said what you did not know.
No.
But when they were introducing the policy to you, they educate
It
you on
doesn't matter.
No, I'm just asking.
I don't remember whether they did or didn't. Because just like you, they came to an office I had gone in, and the guy introduced the product. We talked. I took his number. The next time we met, he brought the document, and I went through. Then we signed. That's it. But what I'm saying is, they gave me a procedure and asked me a number of documents to bring, death certificates, the ID, like you said. So when I became aware, I informed one of my aunties who had everything. You see, in every family, there is somebody who keeps all of these records with them. So as soon as you have done something like that, so I informed her that this is what I did and it's time to make a claim. By the time I went to her, she had already filed everything for me to pick, use, and bring it back to her because she keeps those things for the family. Do you understand me? So we have to be organized in as much as it is something related to us or another member of our family. You know, sometimes we are too disorganized in our approach to things, and when it doesn't work out like that, then we make it seem like it's the other side who are causing us something.
No.
Okay. Enough on the insurance. I think this one leads into a question I had already wanted to ask, that in an emergency fund, which one is better, to have it with a bank or an insurance company? Nana?
I think insurance is the base.
Okay.
Because insurance, you know, you don't have access to the funds until a particular period, or you reach a certain point. But for the banks, you know, it's for instance, for a savings account, for instance, one, the returns on that savings is even low, and two, you have access to the money. So it is possible that within at a point you can just go withdraw the money, then start again. However, for the insurance companies, as I said, you know, it's for a period or for a threshold. Until you get to that threshold or get to that period, you can have access to that funds. So I believe for insurance, but that one to the returns is also good.
Okay. So insurance over bank account.
Yes, unless the bank are going for credible or fixed deposit, that type of investment.
Both of them are asking questions as well.
Please, the thing is emergency. So assuming as I sit here, nothing has happened. When do I, or it's happened during the weekend, it means I wouldn't be able to have access to those insurance until Monday, the working day, isn't it? But with the banks, I could just pick the ATM card and I just go and then I withdraw the money, then I take care of that thing. So for me, I think yes.
So for instance, for a bank, when you go to the bank, it's what you have in the account what I'm going to access. For insurance, they can even give you more than what you have.
But
it's a package.
Yes, I know it's a package. But at the end of the day,
for insurance, you definitely get your money too. So for insurance, for instance, you can let's say insure, maybe you can even what you call the funeral policy. Maybe after a month or two, the person that you have been getting for the beneficiary will be gone. You go there, they will come and you have access to the full package. For the bank, if for instance, maybe you say they say 200 cities, what is only the 200 cities?
No, but
and that would be enough.
I disagree with Nana totally. It's an emergency,
and
nobody wills that someone should pass away. So that insurance policy is a policy. Now you are telling me that an insurance policy that has grace period, assuming that you've made it like they say 10 years policy, and within 2 years there's an emergency that I need that money for. You get it, or less than 2 years there's an emergency I need that money for, and the insurance takes a lot of process. You know, getting to the bank, if I'm saving with Nana's bank, for example, if as soon as I go there, Nana A B C D, okay, if that's the case, okay, sign here and sign here, or bring us a letter within less than 24 hours or less than even 5 hours, that emergency
Yes,
money will be available.
Understood. I think all that
No,
Nanaba said.
But insurance, now that we have to send it to head office for approval, we have to do this.
I see the question.
My focus was on the return on money about the bank and the money with the investment company. For your account, at the current account, you have access to your money.
No, this
However,
we have an investment with
in
banks.
terms of things. I'm saying, for instance, for insurance, if let's say it's a food policy, so let's say you sign up to the food policy, maybe after a month or two, the beneficiary passed on. You have access to the full package. Maybe by that time, maybe you paid only two. How do you call it? 2 premiums. I don't know how they call it. You pay it 2, but you have access to the entire package. For a bank, if for example, you made let's say 2 days into your account, they did 2 deposits, 100 cities. When I was at 100 cities, that would be sufficient to cater for. Yes, that would not be enough to cater for whichever issue that you have. That is where I was directing my, how do you call it, my presentation to. That the fact that with the insurance, you have access to the full package. Insurance also, you can't just go and withdraw, have access to the money. So to help you to save, the bank account, why to go create them? We want to create so like the money is even, you use the entire money, you have to start all over again. But it helps you to save. You don't have easy access to the funds, you rather keep going the funds, and the returns on the funds too is higher as compared to the normal savings account.
And then
however, in terms of access, bank is good. You can easily have access to your funds.
So,
however, because you have easy access to the funds will keep depleting because when you have access, the least one is like a guy is mumu. Slow to have more, no queen or the four.
Okay.
So like the funds answer. Then you can achieve it in talent purpose. Hello, meet for you.
You see, one thing too that I think one problem I also have with some of these insurance companies is that sometimes they will accumulate the money, but someone 1 year, what can be 4 months.
Are you sure?
Oh yes, it has happened to Misunya Kura.
No.
They don't do it.
Usually, there for them, there wouldn't be enough, funds in the account.
In the account.
So it's when funds is no matter that clean up once.
And
that's what usually happens.
Now what's
So for instance, wait. What
you have the arrears.
Yes, what I've realized now with my my insurance is that when there are low funds in the account, they will hold it as arrears. They won't do a full.
Yes.
They won't add it to the current month that you have funds in it to do a transfer. So it becomes an arrears on, and every now and then they will send you a reminder. But you can only pay that. I think for now they accept only Momo for the arrears payment. So maybe you should check in with them. They have stopped some of those things. It used to be a problem in the past.
I believe we need to engage them, have discussion with them. If you have a particular challenge, go and sit down and have discussion so that in case the funds hit the account and you don't want them to deduct all, can sit down and negotiate with them. If you want to use it, 2 months to pay off those arrears, I believe they can find a way to do it for you.
My own that I'm even talking about, it's not about me even owning. The money was in the account, but I didn't know the relationship between them and the bank. So like so when the thing happened and I called, the guy was like, no, they have done everything that automatically when the thing comes, the bank is supposed to pay the money to them. So they don't know why the thing is not happening. Probably there's a problem between Omune Bank. It's when next can we move. Omono no mu enji. And no matter no man like what kind in the boom nana.
It is still your money, don't worry.
Oh no, you don't know the and
maybe I'm coming. So in this case, you knew that those funds were supposed to be in the account, right? You knew those funds were not supposed to be in the account.
And your money.
Or say for insurance for
no. When I was money,
I'm coming. In total account, those funds are here with their is for insurance.
So Nana,
when you are planning ahead, you can choose not to plan with those funds because they are the over for money.
I know
It's
so
why
I
it's only
calculated my
for
money.
or man to make.
Ah.
It's not money. You know the people come for the money. It's not money. Even if after 10 years, they will still come for the money.
It is your money, but it's
So
not your
don't add
money.
it to your planning. It's your money. It's for your emergency fund or for your insurance.
My money with them that
All right. It's 35 after 9. We are discussing how to have an emergency fund as a couple or married people. And I'm doing this with Nana Barnes. Nana Barnes is a business consultant. Nana Ehuntenhun, who is also a businessman. And Miss Philo, who is about to become a businesswoman.
Amen.
Yes. Okay, Nana, then now take us through. Are there different forms of emergency funds? I know we have done something from the insurance. We have said a bit about the banks. Are there any other forms which are perhaps informal or even formal but not very well known in our settings? Yeah, I still have mine.
Money box.
Yes, I have
money
one.
box. One of them. Insurance is one of them. Yes, we have insurance, as we mentioned. We have savings account. We have credit bill. We have fixed deposits, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So there you have it. We have different types. Ubia na neze, ubia na chaubia, ubia nite ozbashe. Now, lastly, how early must these funds be set up during marriage? Is it year 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, or
Beginning.
right at the beginning, right?
And then when making
Right at the beginning, yeah.
financial plans. When
Let's say this couple could not. I mean, let's say they borrowed to marry, so they couldn't start it like that. Ideally,
so after paying off the debt.
after paying off the debt. So, for me, I'm asking this because I don't think it should be so restrictive that depending on your capacity, then you start like baby steps. Start with 5%, then graduate like that.
Not to start small. You can even start with 2 cities, 3 cities. For like, I mean, you don't get it to 20 cities, 100 cities, and you are going.
Yeah. Okay.
For power culture, power life, we want to start big.
Charlie.
We want to start big.
Charlie.
Calculations.
Start because if you need all the capital in the world to start also. But you can start small. We had a Magdan, I mean, sorry, the Ghanaian entrepreneur. He said he started big with something small. I was saying, 100 cities also. Today he's a millionaire. They all said they started small. So meaning when we also start small, we can also get there.
And now their time is not as compared to our time now. During those days, whatever they were earning, what that money can be used for is not the same as now.
Look, the other day, my pastor said something that ever since the world economics began, there has always been money. The money hasn't flown anywhere. It is still on this earth.
It is on this earth.
So, depending on what you are doing and what you are solving for people, you are likely to make more of that money. But that money doesn't go anywhere. It is still on earth.
Harry, you know the issue with us. We are not building our income. We are so dependent on one income. That is what is killing us. We are so dependent on one income. If it's a salary worker, there's no market channel. We're not trying to build that stream of income whereby we are so dependent on one. I believe we find on that time they will have discussion on the entrepreneurship. It's so important to be.
That day I'll be quiet. You and Nana will deal with that.
Yes, and then they will do the presentation. Then I'll come to the studio. I'll be asking and then the question.
All right, Nana. So close this out for us. What would be your advice for, say, young couples or couples who think that they are late, but we've kind of ignited an interest in them, how they should go about it, and we'll call it a night on this.
I would advise couples to sit down, plan their finances. It's better that at least they join their finance. I know there are challenges with this. They have to join their finances, budget every month. They should try to reduce, cut down on their expenses, build a strong income stream. Create this emergency fund. Don't know what might happen. There are a lot of issues that happen as we go along the way. I believe with that, anytime emergency, anytime there's any unexpected occurrence, you have something you can follow. There's this advert that when we were young, we were watching. I hate life advert, right? Papa will cruise, or Tanaka will cruise, or Kwana do prima baby when you accident. The man fell on a cliff. The wife was the ice was holding on there. It wasn't there.
A tree stump, yeah.
yes. And then that was so big. They finally fell. What was falling, thought was going to die. Then it fell on an insurance. That is how it should be.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is how life is. When incidents will come out, when you have a cover, when you are falling, you fall on that cover, and you realize that the impact will be less. So let's all try and save for ourselves and for our future. Thank you.
All right, Nana Barnes. Today I feel like telling you to tell us where you work so that we'll follow up.
You see, yes. Nana knows that I've been calling, but he has not been coming.
You tell everyone is listening. You've been very supportive of our show. You've educated us tonight. So tell us.
Yes, I'm working with Easeway Savings and Loans.
Okay.
We have our branch at Sebo Lane, just adjacent to Chicken Man. Or Chicken Man. That's where our office is.
So when we come,
anybody who needs a loan, who want to save, can come and open an account with us.
Okay. So we should just ask for Nana Barnes when we come there.
Yes, ask for Nana Barnes. No, not to name to Nana Barnes. Not to name to Nana Barnes.
Okay. Would you like to leave a contact with us?
Okay. 053.
Okay.
102 4676. 053 102 4676.
All right, Nana. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm sure
we'll
do another one on this. Maybe 2 more editions of something like this before the year ends, because we need it as married people. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, so listeners, that has been topic time on the Orange Lounge tonight. We have done it with Nana Barnes, who we heard on the line. Miss Philo has been around. Nana Ihuntemun has been around. I'm HKO, 8:43 after 9 p.m. Coming up shortly is going to be Nana's Dilemma.